But I do remember a time I went to a restaurant, you know what I mean, with this girl. I was like, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be, you know? A hot minute ago. Went in, and I'm like, this is not going nowhere. I said, okay. Waiter came through. I said, all right, let's get separate bills. Then my girl was like, She looked at me crazy. And then I said, I don't understand. So I paid my half. On my card. Boom. And then I was waiting for her. So she went to go pay her half. Declined. I said, nah.
To give you a piece of my mind.
From Normal Bros, and we back at it again. First of all, I'm gonna need you to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a mother effing friend to follow and subscribe to your boys. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other podcast platforms as well. You can catch us on YouTube and TikTok. That's Far From Normal Podcast. Make sure you type that into a search engine and see the boys on those clips. We got everything for you. We got the website, www.farfromnormalpodcast.com. We got all the links up there. Make sure you check it out. Of course, YouTube. We're on Instagram as well. That's far_from_normal_podcast. Check it out. You already know. It's your boy Fuzzy Vision. You know, I see the world clear. And you know, I see the future. And the future is bright. You already know. Fuzzy Vision with 2 N's. If you have any likes, dislikes, rebuttals, or you want to be on the podcast, hit your boy up. Sonny, drop the handle, baby.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Sonny Frames. You can catch me on the gram at Sonny, SONNY, Frames, double S at the end. Make sure when you do check out my Instagram page, check out my stories, because I usually post a lot of stuff that has to do with motivation, inspiration, chasing your dream, and execution. So let's not forget, any dream that you're trying to achieve, the only way that you'll ever achieve it is through execution and putting a plan to motion. So make sure that you don't just stay in the dream world, and make sure you make it a reality.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
And Fuzzy, let's get him.
The thing is, when you surround yourself with a bunch of individuals, you'll be able to have situations that will work in your favor. Like, yeah, you want to control your environment, which you can, but you can do different things. You can do hostels, you can do Airbnbs, which I was doing both.
Oh, I did definitely.
Yeah, I was doing Airbnbs, hostels, hotels. That's pretty expensive, so I didn't even waste my time.
I only did 2 of those, right?
Yeah, I did just more Airbnbs or hostel situations, and yeah, those work out. I mean,
but for you, for like the hotel situation, like what was, like how was that experience of like going to different like Airbnbs, going to different hotels in terms of meeting people?
Yeah, how'd you do that? Yeah,
meet people. How would you interact with tourists?
That's such a hard thing to do.
Foreigners, all that type of stuff.
I'll just do my thing. I'll be honest with you. Kind of just do my thing and go around. Certain times I meet girls at different spots, and then I'll meet them the next day and they'll show me around. I'll go shopping. But I did a lot of stuff like lone wolf style. Like, that's kind of like my shit when I go away. Like, I'm kind of just there, but I'm not there, and I'm kind of just floating. Like, I see a spot, I want to go eat there type shit. Oh, I see a little bar here, I'm going to pop in there, smash skin. It's like, I don't really be on the friendly tip.
I was doing that too. Don't get it twisted. Just because you go into a hostile situation, that doesn't mean that you're not doing your own thing. You could still do your own thing. Like, during the day, I'll do my own thing. I'm going where I want to go. At nighttime, when we're going to the bars and stuff, maybe I'll come to a bar that they're at, or maybe we'll eat dinner together, something like that. But then I'll go and do my own thing. It's like, okay, I got something that I want to do over here. I'll try and maybe link up with you guys later, or I might not link up with you guys at all, right? But it's no sweat off my back, and nor do they care too, because they're with so many different people.
When you go to like more poppin' spots, I find like you're just gonna meet people, and you're gonna
be like, that too.
You talk English? Yes, I talk English. Now we're rocking. Like, what are we doing tonight?
So you felt, where'd you get the most reception? Like, where people were really messing with you, and the
hip hop clubs for sure. Anywhere like downtown, I got a lot of that going.
Like what city?
Tokyo. It was all the same for me, I'll be honest. Osaka was a different kind of turn, but even if I go like a different place, like when I went to Panama And when I was looking at the hostel, I went to even go party at the hostel. I was like, could I even stay here? I was like, I don't know, dog. In my head.
Well,
depends where you go.
I understand. It depends, like how you came up and things you're used to. Of course,
Yeah,
like coming up in the city.
How is it
here,
sleeping, dog? I just want to
Yeah.
because when I be sleeping, I'm like, what's going on?
No,
People-
so hold on, because I went to a hostel. Like I had my hostel experience when I went to China, and I went to Beijing and Shanghai, and I did a hostel stay. And for me, those hostels were good.
Yeah.
But again, it was a difference. Like when I remember prior to booking, I'm like hostel, shared room. I don't know if I want to do all of that. Because of course you're thinking to yourself, like, you want your privacy, you want to be able to maybe bring someone back in case if anything happens. You want to have your situation kind of set up. So I was in a hostel, I remember, and depending on what you're looking for, it obviously can take away or it can benefit you because there are people to meet there. So there's women, there's men, there's whoever you want to meet. Like if you're trying to build friendships, go certain places, you can meet those folk in there and they'll guide you towards certain places you might have never even
That will slip your mind, 100%.
Especially if you're not a person that plans. If you're not a person that comes with like a game plan or something like that,
100%.
the hostel is the place where
Best place.
people can pick up on where you left off.
Or you can cherry pick off their ideas.
Exactly, because
whatever they're doing, they'll
they
be
have
like,
an
okay, sure.
itinerary like of what they want to do for the trip. So that's how I did my thing. Like I remember I went to the Great Wall of China. I met one guy at the hostel that was a photographer. Happened to be a photographer, and he didn't want to pay the tour, like the group tour. He's like, "Yo, let's just do our own thing. Let's take the subway there and everything. Figure it out." We ended up doing our own thing. Got some dope photos out of it because he was a photographer, and that's just because I met, one guy at a hostel. Not to say you can't meet them at a bar, but I think
It's a
at the
different
hostel
vibe. It's a
is
different
that
vibe.
you automatically are guaranteed of meeting someone,
And you're
you
building
can
a
pick and
bond.
choose who you want to chill with and whatnot.
That too, you're building a bond with these guys or women that you meet at these hostels. You're building a bond, and you're also able to go to different places that you probably wouldn't have discovered on your own. Like because they have, as my brother said, they have their itineraries already lined up. Like, okay, they're gonna go here, here, here. So if you're a guy that's not really planning, I planned like what I wanted to do. So I did my things, but then they would show me things that I didn't know about.
Even in China,
that's true.
when I went to China, I went to Shanghai. Just imagine, like I got set up at the time. My bro was dating a girl that set up the hostel for me, right? Because she was a Chinese native. So what had happened is I went to Shanghai, and my only plans was just to go to Shanghai and Beijing. Obviously, no other cities in between those spots because that's what my flight was for. I wasn't trying to move out the city or anything. But people I met at the hostel, actually two women that were at my hostel, they're like, "Yo, like, what are you like saying for today? Like, we're trying to go to a different city." So then. It wasn't even on any like sexual or anything like that. It was just like, we're trying to check out this.
Yeah.
Exactly. They can speak English. They're like American. And they're like, let's go check out this spot. We heard it's like the Venice of the East. So basically that was like a city on water. It's all canals. So you had to go on like a boat going through the city and everything like that. And that was a crazy experience that I don't even think you managed to
I didn't even go
experience.
there.
Yeah.
It's called Suzhou. I never been there.
Suzhou, like,
But again,
it's a crazy place, and they call it.
he
Venice
wouldn't
of
have
the
got
East,
that
and I would
experience
never
if he
have-
never went to a hostel.
because I had no clue that even existed,
Yeah.
So those, and I remember we had to take a bus, so they knew the bus route. We had to take a
That
bus
too.
like an hour, 2 hours away. Then we're in the city, it's all covered in water, totally different landscape. You're taking boats to go around under bridges, all type of stuff. I even have the videos to this day. That shit look like a movie if I tell you, bro.
I met
That shit
some
look like a
guys.
movie.
I met some guys in hostels that I still connect with till now. Like, and that was like when I met them was back in 2015. I still talk to him till this day. There's guys I still talk to till this day that are traveling, that are living in Berlin, living in Netherlands, living in Vietnam. So if I want to go to these places, I can go to their spots. You know what I mean? So you open yourself up to other places around the world. Like, yeah, you want to be in your own spot. Like, I want to control my own environment. But you're missing out,
you
brother.
lose out because even making
You lose
friends in
out.
different
You
spots.
networking,
They'll be
you
like,
miss
pull
out.
up, pull up
Like,
to Germany, pull up to,
for example,
Russia,
I got-
pull up to Tanzania.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for
everyone
sure.
has their own spot. They're
Like
from.
I made friends with guys that live in Cali. I never knew any guys that lived in Cali before that. I was living in Los Angeles. But in Japan, I found friends that live in Cali, so I can now go to Cali. I just got to hit them up.
Just like your boy that pulled up here in Toronto and
Exactly.
he linked up with us.
He
right?
linked up with us,
He
yeah.
had people to link up with when he came here. He's like, yo, what are you guys saying? I'm in the city. And then it's like, okay, we can link up. So you have something to do when you go to a city.
I don't know.
You have
I
someone
come
to
from a
link
demon
with.
lifestyle.
Of
fam.
course,
no
of course.
friends. You know the ones.
Of
It's
course.
not a friendly thing, man.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
making
hey,
friends. So it's different when I go on vacation. Like I don't even want nobody to bump me. Really, I'll be honest with you. Like I'm looking for smoke.
You just got to try something new. You
Yeah,
know,
I
you
know,
got
I
to
know.
just see. Like if you don't like it, you don't like it. But
Yeah.
just learning to try different things. That's the whole purpose.
How I see it, when you're in a different environment, you have to behave differently. So you
Yeah.
have to forget about what the status quo is from where you're from.
That's too hard to forget.
That's hard to forget. Of course, you have to move a certain way. In certain places, I'll be honest, you have to have some of that street knowledge that'll save you in certain cases of maybe getting robbed, maybe getting put in a bad situation, you know, getting scammed, finesse, whatever the case may be. But again, when you go to these different countries, you have to learn that, okay, I can't carry the same, you know, armor here. Like you might wear a chainmail when you're here in Toronto because, you know, it could get treacherous depending on where you live, what lifestyle you have. But when you go to those places, you can wear something light. You don't need to, you know, have the heavy armor on. You get what I mean? Or you could have heavy armor because they're more dangerous. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be a more dangerous spot you're going to. So that could work in your favor. But I think you have to go according to the country you're going to, right? So be more cautious when you're going to a country that's known for, you know, bullshit. Like if you go to Japan, Japan known for, you know, good shit that's happening. So you can let your guard down and understand that, like, you know what, I can meet people, I can do whatever. No one's gonna try.
But speaking of Japan, would you ever
on me.
like from the girls that you ran into? Would you ever date them, like for real?
Of course,
Or-
you could always find something that's nice out there.
No,
Like,
but I'm saying like from
like
what you've seen.
but like a girl in Japan or a
No,
Japanese
it could be
girl.
foreign. It could be foreign. It could be
Oh,
Japanese.
for
I'm just talking about.
sure. Oh, for
Yeah?
sure. There's some gal I was like this. If I lived here, I'll take you very serious. Like, yo, we'll be going out. Like, your man was doing what? You know the stories the gal don't come with. My man wasn't doing this. My man didn't want to even touch me no more. I said, you? I said,
Wow.
listen. Trust me. I was like, if I could only find some weed out here, find weed and a bike, I'll be sad. I'll be sad. This is what I need. Change the scenery, bro.
That's hilarious.
No
So-
crime. It's nice as well.
No, for sure. I mean, I never ran into a girl that I would necessarily like. There's a girl actually that I would probably date, but I don't know. I've kind of run into this whole thing.
Is she Japanese or does she live in Japan?
No, she's actually Parisian.
But does she live
French.
in Japan or she's
She's living in Japan currently for she's studying there.
Yeah.
But she's Parisian. But yeah, she was a beautiful woman. But the only thing for me, I think I've gotten to that point where dating fatigue has kicked in. I feel like I'm just burnt out with dating. Like, what's your thoughts on like dating fatigue? Do you feel like you're burnt out with just going on multiple dates? Like,
you can't never get burnt out.
you're
You only
not
gotta get it
burnt
right
out.
once. You only gotta get it right once.
but how about with the process? Like,
The
so let's
process.
talk about the process because you know nowadays we got online dating that is a difference maker for sure. For most men, you know, or women too, right? They have more options out here. And social media has spread to the point where you can contact celebrities and they can contact you. So don't think that, you know, if you got a girlfriend that's like a 8, 9, or 10, don't think that ballers aren't in their DMs because everyone has access to everyone. So as long as they put themselves out there, the potential is that
It's not even the ballers. It might just be a tall nigga somewhere. You know what I mean?
it might not be the baller. Yeah, it can be
might
anyone.
just be a
So
nigga in the gym in your girl's DMs.
there you go. Well, influence, whatever it is, usually influence will have to play its role in social media. But but at the end of the day, we do know that the competition has gotten far more higher. You know, competition is bigger for everybody, and to pick up these girls that you think are very attractive or what most people think are very attractive, it's not an easy feat. So when you go on these dates, nothing's guaranteed. It's not like you're guaranteed to sleep with the woman or guaranteed to get another date out of her, even though you paid for the first date. You might just pay for that day and never see her again, right? So there's so many what ifs and you're spending money and you're giving out these resources like time, effort, money.
Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not, right? Sometimes it comes with things, sometimes it doesn't come with nothing good. I mean,
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you feel about that?
How I feel about it?
the game?
Well, just the game in general, like you just being in that
dating?
game, and does it wear you down? Like when you're going on multiple dates and then sometimes it's not going your way, where you be like, man, I'm tired of this thing. Like this thing doesn't make no sense. These women are playing games.
Because
like,
remember, there's always cheat codes to the game.
Keep putting up shots.
Okay, so you're
That's
keep
the
putting up
Shots,
shots.
just keep putting
guy.
up shots. You know what I mean? Just keep putting them up. Keep putting them up.
Okay, so what happens if you're like 300 pounds and you're telling that guy to go put up shots?
If he's 300 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
there's gal who like that.
So you're saying
find
keep
your
putting
pocket.
up shots?
Keep putting up shots for sure. Work on yourself. Keep putting up shots, right? Keep putting up shots. Don't be getting worse and keep putting up shots. You definitely have to
But
get yourself right. Put up those shots, bro.
But here's
No
the
one
thing.
else.
Here's the thing. We can't just say put up shots because we know in the league, right? Let's metaphorically put this in the league,
Yeah, you get cut.
and there you go. So in the league, of course, you get cut. In real life, you don't get cut. But what I'm saying is, what's going to get cut is your confidence. That's what gets cut because you can keep putting up shots, but you don't have a coach behind you no more. No one's telling you to keep putting up shots. So when you don't have someone motivating you to keep putting up shots and you're bricking it, what's the solution? We got to talk about how are we getting people ready to be putting up shots? I'll never advise someone to keep putting up shots. So you're not prepared. You never,
especially if they're bricking it. No, of course.
If you're bricking, that's one thing, right? If you're bricking, that's one thing.
Well, that's usually the case. Yeah, that's the case.
Realistically, let's look at it. Most men are bricking these shots they're putting up. You're telling me men are just going out there, your average everyday guy is just going out there putting up game winners, buzzer beaters? This is not happening. You know that it's very much a trial and tribulation, and it's a hard feat for a lot of men to even, get women interested in them.
I think it's hard if you really are not winning. If none of your shots are going in, then understandable. You have to change your format. You have to go shoot from over there. Maybe you have to go for a 50-year-old, Maybe you have to get a little closer and go for, some daddy problems. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You have to shoot where you're winning.
No, but if you shoot but that's not a good plan. Like that's not a good strategy.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
that's a lazy strategy.
It's a lazy strategy, and also that doesn't help them in the sense that now they're just getting like garbage buckets.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. But if you're not getting no buckets at all, your brain is going different. Your vision is going on you.
Not necessarily. I think you re-strategize your whole plan. If it's not working,
some people won't. Some people will just stop putting up shots.
That's what I'm saying. Just stop.
So let's put it this way. Say you're recognized for your talents. Like again, metaphorically, say you're recognized for your talent. People know you should be making these shots. Yeah. But since you're not making these shots, what now? Since you're not making the shot, people know you're capable of getting better shots. Now all of a sudden you're dropping your standards just to get shots up, just to feel good about yourself. Like at what point do we say to ourselves, "Wait, I can't keep putting up shots in this scenario because I'm not winning even if these go in. This is an 8-foot rim. This is not a 10-foot rim. I'm not benefiting. I'm not getting better at this game." So like for men that aren't getting the success, it's not a good idea for them to just keep putting up shots, but lower the rim this time. So I'll just shoot on the lower rim. So my percentage is a little bit higher. I feel better because at least I'm making shots. My made shots better than a missed shot. But it's like, well, now you're changing the game, right? You're getting off of what your standard was.
Yeah, but
the standard is 10.
Not everybody's supposed to shoot from the 3-point line. Some people are just not supposed to shoot from there.
So you're saying people should know your range. Basically know your range.
You have to know your range.
Yeah, know your range, I guess. So my whole thing is, okay, we can
no matter what you do with yourself, unless it's money
Uh-huh.
or fame, if you don't have those two things, you have to maybe find your range. Every superstar has to find their range. Some guys are not 3-point shooters. They're beautiful from two. Like, look at Melo. Beautiful from two. You have to know your range. He's not a 3-point shooter, but he's swift from the two.
But that's
You
what
have to know
that
yourself.
literally is what got him out of the league. I'm not,
That's debatable.
no lie.
That's
He was just on
debatable.
a podcast and he talked
Hell of a
about it.
guy.
He said he went to Houston and they said, Melo, you only can shoot maybe two 2-point shots a game. Like max 2, you only have like 2 attempts, because I think they said James Harden has the other attempts and he's only having 5 attempts from there. So your other shots have to be all threes.
Oh wow.
They told him that straight up. This is why he had problems in the league. People didn't know.
I didn't know that.
They limited this guy. They said you only can take 2 shots. Like, yo, I made my whole bread and butter from there. They're like, yeah, but no, we only need 2 shots per game from there. 2. You only have 2 for there. Everything has to be perimeter.
That's just not the right place for you.
Of course, that means that's not the right place for you. But I want to get back to dating fatigue. Reason why I'm talking about dating fatigue is because, say, for example, you yourself, you can make it personal, or people you know. When you date often, do you have hope in finding like the woman you want to be with, like through the means you're dating? Like, say, for example, if you're on a dating app, are you trying to look for the next best thing for you? Like, are you trying to build with somebody that you meet off the app? Like, or are you just kind of feeling things out? Like, do you feel like that's a good option to find someone you want to actually be with?
I feel like you go out, you go for drinks, and then you check her mentality. If her mentality is right, then you can progress. If her body's just right, then you know where you're going with it. I mean, and if she's useful, then you know where you're going with it. You know what I mean? But there's always mostly a use unless she's broke and useless, and she don't even look good.
So what happens with?
Why would you go out with a girl that doesn't look good?
Well, there's technology, you know. They have the
technology. Yeah, you're right.
You know,
they have the technology. You're getting finesse and catfish.
So are you telling me that you don't FaceTime these girls prior to meeting them or anything? You're just gonna go based off the.
It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened in a very long time. I'll tell you that. But I do remember a time I went to a restaurant. You know what I mean? With this girl, I was like, "Oh, this is not what I thought it was gonna be." You know, a hot minute ago, went in, and I'm like, "This is not going nowhere." I said, "Okay." Waiter came through. I said, "All right, let's get separate bills." Then my girl was like, She looked at me crazy, and then I said, "I don't understand." So I paid my half. I paid my half on my card. Boom. And then I was waiting for her. So she went to go pay her half. Declined. I said, nah. But I was sitting there cool. I didn't pull out my phone, nothing. I'm just looking at her. I still have to drive this broker home, right?
God.
I'm there. Her thing declines. She gets on the phone. This is the funniest moment of my life, probably ever going out on a date with a girl. She comes and she goes on her phone. She's calling people. She's pacing. She's coming back. All this time, I'm not paying the bill. I'm like, what's going to happen here? I already don't want this girl. And now she's even broke.
So you didn't feel any way about like...
Why would I feel bad?
No, I'm asking. Because...
No, I didn't feel bad at all. And I hope she's watching. I just forget your name. Well, you're broke and I remember you. But yo, so after all that, she's called out the phone. Oh, my brother spent this money on this card. She tried like 2 cards. I was dying. Wow. If I tell you, she probably had a Louis Vuitton bag, fam. A Louis Vuitton bag she had, bruv. And I was like, no way. So I'm there like, okay, now the second-hand embarrassment is washing over me.
She's probably not embarrassed. That's probably part of her finesse, man.
I never seen a finesse like this. If there was, it was the best finesse I ever seen in my life.
She played you like a fucking violin.
She played me like
So wait, how do you vet these girls? Like, do you because now that you had that experience, do you now not only look at what they look like on the dating app where it shows their photos and stuff? Do you also look at their Instagram if they have any updated videos of how they look? Because you know some girls, they're partying, they'll have some videos. They'll have something where you can look at more recent, where you can look at the date of when it was taken.
It was more just the angles. Like my girl just thicker than I thought she was gonna be, but she still had the same witchcraft makeup type of thing. You know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. I just got there. I was like, you're not really it for me.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like this is the fatigue we talk about, because dating fatigue has to come with your pockets being fatigued, brother. I mean, this is the fatigue we're talking about. Because at the end of the day, it's like you can be like, yeah, I'm not minding. No, at the end of the day, you are minding. Because at the end of the day, if you're not getting what you want out of these dates, so it depends. Like, you know, when you chill with the chick, not all the time sex is on the table. Not all the time anything's on the table for that matter.
Yeah,
like
not
this
for me
might just
either.
be a dead date.
I'd be choosy now, so I'd be like, what do you think of this? I'm going home.
Well, exactly.
What do you want from me? No, I'm going home.
Exactly. But
so
if you're footing the bill, so how do
Mm-hmm.
you feel about that for the ones that don't work out, or the ones where you feel like they embellish their picture, they don't look like how they looked, or they don't act like how I thought they would act?
I don't know about you guys.
What's your
when I spend a bill, like
let's
say I go out with a girl and I spend $300, right? 230 of those dollars was probably me getting drinks and eating food and being lavish. She probably got some chicken something or some pasta, you know what I mean, and took some shots. Like, you know, for me in my mind, it's not crazy, like, because I did all that stuff mostly. And now if a girl's running on my bill telling me she want a tomahawk, if you want a tomahawk, we definitely have to talk. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah, Wagyu's not on the menu, so don't even look at that page. I may have Wagyu, but don't you think you're gonna have Wagyu too? No, not tonight.
Okay, so you'll make that clear.
Oh, buddy, I'll be looking. I'll be like, what are you gonna order? Yeah, I already know the prices. I've calculated in my head. Okay, let's see how crazy you're going. Are you going a la carte or are you just buying get stuff off the menu? Like, God. How you living?
But do you ever factor in like your time spent?
Well, my time is very important for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. You're going on these dates, like multiple dates, and then if it's not what you want, do you ever factor in like, shit, I just wasted my goddamn time here. Like, this girl wasn't what I wanted. Why the hell am I here? Like, that doesn't exhaust you.
You never know until you go.
But I'm just saying, like, that doesn't exhaust you. That doesn't make me like, because you're saying, I'm just gonna keep taking shots regardless.
It's hard to say, you know why? Because I understand what he's saying, because just like anyone that dates, we're playing the same game, right? Like from when we were younger to this point too. So if you think about it, like from the time you're dating, say high school, you're kind of dating, you know, your little high school girlfriend or whatever. From that point, you've already been through, like, imagine from that point to this point, if we add the years, you're looking at 12 years difference, right? Last time you're in high school, say 18, say for me, and now at the age I'm at, you're looking like a 12 years difference. But you're looking at 12 years of maybe dating, maybe being in relationships, out of relationship, but dating in between all those times. And at the end of the day, even though we've dated so many different people, it's like a lot of the times you're either not satisfied or you haven't met who you feel like that's the person you're going to, you know, remain with. So at the end of the day, even though you've been through ups and downs, you've been burnt, you've been this, you just kind of figure this is kind of how the game kind of works.
It's kind of crazy.
Which is,
I look at it different.
Which is, yeah, you can look at it different.
Well, let me know, what's your worst date?
But you still experience the same things,
of course, but I also had
What's your worst date, bro?
I mean, I've never had like
a crazy
I've
date.
never had no crazy dates, but
Never.
I've never been in a situation where I could say, okay, there was this one where she wasn't quite how I thought she would be. Like, she didn't look exactly off one of those dating apps. Plenty of Fish back in the day. It was a while back. Like, when she didn't look exactly how I expected her to look.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we chilled and everything, but I wasn't looking to do anything with her. I was just kind of like, I'm already here, we'll chill, whatever. And then I just kind of pieced out on that.
Did you pay?
No, I didn't pay for her. I didn't pay for her. Like, she had to pay for herself. Like, 'cause I didn't make it look like I was pursuing her at that point. I made it look like
So when the waiter came, how did you do it? Like, you just like separate bills?
The thing is, I'm very good at like speaking. So I'm able to make it seem like we were there to chill, not a date. Like, how I was talking to her wasn't like I was trying to get in her pants. I was talking to her more on a friend tip because I looked at her. She wasn't as attractive as I thought she would be. So from right there, I rolled her off. So I'm not talking to you like I'm trying to get with you or something like that. I'm talking to you like a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So
what if she put the press on you?
But I'm just saying, but I'm telling you exactly how it happened. So if you talk to a girl like a friend, when the waiter comes, there's no pressure on you. I was talking to you the whole time like a friend. I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to,
king.
So I already, you talk to her like a friend. When the waiter comes, you don't feel awkward about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna pay my bill, whatever.
How do you talk to a girl like a friend?
There's ways you like girls that you're attracted to and the girls that you see as friends. There's a difference. You speak to them differently.
Are you friends with girls that you've never been with?
I have homegirls. Yeah, I have a couple homegirls.
See, I can't be friends with girls.
But see, no. So, but let me explain that to you. So, how that works is there's different levels of friendships, right? One of my homegirls was explaining that, right? So, there's different levels of friendship. So, when I say a homegirl, I'm saying a homegirl in the sense that I've never been with her, but that doesn't mean that I won't sleep with her, and that also doesn't mean that I will share information about like my life and what I'm really doing, how I get down and stuff like that.
Oh, so more of acquaintance.
Acquaintance, exactly. But
Okay.
they're still a friend because they'll still invite you to the parties.
And you still, you still have a boundary.
There's
to
a boundary.
extent.
Like,
But how do you not try and crack it though? If you would crack it, like how do you
because
stay away from cracking it?
if a situation occurs, now we're both drinking and stuff like that, shit can get down. Things will go down.
Things will go down.
I'm not that close to you that you see me as a friend, and I'm not that close to you that you'll see me as a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm right in the sweet spot. So anything can happen. So you just want to be in the sweet spot. That's where you want to be, bro.
That's it. Anything can happen.
Yeah, bro. That's where you want to stand.
Hilarious.
So girls are kind
But
of.
here's the thing,
We got crazy last night.
Yeah.
No, but and in these cases, again, you're not vying for this to necessarily happen. So you're not sitting there in the shadows
Plotting.
trying to plot like with your fingers, like Mr. Smithers or whatever. Like you're not doing nothing like that. Like
The
it's one
option's
of
there.
those things that the option is there, the potential is there.
Yeah.
It could very much happen.
Yeah.
But you're keeping it on that, like, that friendship level for the time being, because right now maybe it's not a time you should be doing.
Yes.
Maybe there's never a time you should be, engaging in that. But it's just one of those things where you
It
can
could
have
happen.
acquaintances like that. But again, I'll never say I'm friends with the woman.
Not in the way you describe
in the way
friendship.
you describe it, like I'm
It's
friends
not like
with
that.
with
Yeah.
with a homie of mine.
Yeah, like I
might be
would
able to
never
tell
share
them
like
that,
information that I would share with a homie. I would never share that with like a home girl.
And the reason why I wouldn't share with them, because I've seen this. You've obviously been with women and you've been around them and you've been privately in private rooms, and they call this pillow talking. When you talk about certain things with the woman you're with, and you explain certain shit like that maybe you were doing, or certain shit that's happening, or whatever it has to do with. It might not have to do anything with them, but you're kind of explaining it to them like a friend, right? But a lot of the times when you're talking to a lot of these women, I feel like I already can see the judgment. Sometimes I have to talk in third person just to eliminate me from giving that opinion, because I can tell just off their reactions. And sometimes I've said some stuff and they're like, "Oh, you said that so casually, like as if you could do that any second." It's like, what the fuck? Like, I never said that. But they just interpret things different, even when you're explaining something to them of someone else
That
doing
is
it.
correct. That is
If
correct.
you seem like you're not outraged by it or you're not affected by it, they're looking at you like, are you like in agreement?
Yeah, are you okay with that?
So there's too much of that. So a lot of the times you're not gonna reveal certain things, because with men we can be a little bit more extreme with what we say. We can be a little more rigid. With women we have to be a lot more cautious, and this has to do with the workplace. This has to do with so many different environments, just because of PC culture and just saying certain shit which may offend other people. You steer clear from it, and since we're not women, we don't understand what offends them. We try and take it easy. We're not trying to tell them all the deep dark secrets.
Always. I'd be telling them, if you only knew how I wanted to tell you this, you'll be vexed.
Well, put it this way. I don't know. Hey, do you have any homegirls that you send, let's say, like
No.
Instagram videos, nothing like that?
No.
Oh, you're
It's not a friendly thing with them.
like no me, nothing like that.
No,
Okay,
no.
you
It's
just
not
keep
a.
it-
Why-
it's
why
a
not?
friendly-
Why not? Like, why
Why
don't you
not?
do
Because
that?
it's the other realm I'm in, I'm not in the friendly realm, you know what I'm saying? We're in a whole different realm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're in the demon time realm, fam.
Okay,
Not
but-
in-
But they say, okay, but if the woman say you weren't attracted to the woman, and say she had just being like any friend, they have some benefit to you, you wouldn't encourage that?
we're not gonna talk often. That's just me personally.
What? So that's how it is for me. We don't talk often. We probably don't talk at all. But maybe like if I see something that's interesting,
I know exactly where you're going.
I'll
'Cause
send
I
it.
have a couple of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying.
sleeper agents. I know.
But here's the thing. I kind of actually want. This is a good topic, because I just heard this woman that was on like the Shannon Sharp and Skip and Shannon's.
No, Skip and Shannon not together somewhere. You're talking about Shay Shay?
No. Skip and Shannon, when they had their show on, right? They had a mediator, Joy Taylor, like she was like one of the mediators, and she has her own podcast and stuff like that. And the two women on their podcast, they started their own podcast, and they're successful in their business, but they were saying they can't date a guy that doesn't have female friends? Cause this is what they said. This is a good topic because they were saying basically that men that don't have like women as friends shows like their lack of knowledge about women, and it shows like their respect for women, because if they don't have none of them in their circle, it shows like how they deem women in a specific mentality, in a specific way. So they said they don't date guys that don't have no women friends. But usually it's the opposite, right? Like most women wouldn't date a guy that has women friends. So
that's a good point.
So where isn't that not usually like most women wouldn't want to date you if I had multiple women on my friends? They'd be like, nah, this guy's like a player, especially
so
if
that
you're
kind of
contradicts, if you're a good-looking guy.
That contradicts what she's saying.
No,
it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. It makes really good sense.
No, because she's saying that she wouldn't date a guy that doesn't have female friends, right? But on the opposite spectrum, a guy that has multiple female friends, a woman wouldn't want to date that guy.
Most women, but that's her preference.
That's her preference.
Okay, her preference. Okay.
So it's a different angle because most people wouldn't want a guy that has multiple women as their friends, and those women that have the idea would be thinking, of course, the potential of cheating and relations.
That shows a lot of growth. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shows a lot of growth if you could do that.
So she's saying that if you can have women as friends, that shows more that like the person that like the guy, he can see women outside of just the sexual. So basically she's saying she has more trust in a guy that has female friends that's no sexual relation with the friends he has. That's what she's saying. Instead of a guy, you see what I'm saying?
But again, it's funny because but I'm just saying what's your thoughts on that?
That's what she was saying, and people were kind of looking at that like women would look at that even, nah, I don't agree.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So what's your thoughts on that?
I think that makes a lot of sense. But the thing is, maybe I've been with the girl, but now we're just cool as fuck. Like, I think that might be more the case for me. Like, maybe a long time ago we were with her and we realized it wasn't a dating thing. It was just more of a, we're
casual
friends, very similar type of thing. And then after that, we could chill and I could bounce ideas off of her for my new girl, maybe. But it'd have to be for my girl.
I don't go that far.
I've gone that far before. I've gone with a girl that I've been with. I'd be like, yo, I need to buy like something for this girl, whatever.
Shit.
Come shopping with me.
Okay, I've done something like that, but I never like went shopping with her. But I did ask like her own opinion. Like
I brought a girl that was with before. I'm like, yo, I have a new joint. Like I'm trying to buy something for her. Like, give me your opinion on what a woman would like. Like,
Mm-hmm. But I realized they just give you opinion of what they would like because they're not what
that's all they can do.
You kind of like similar women almost.
Women are like pretty similar. Yeah. I mean, it's just like a
I
guy.
remember when I asked one of the girls that I was so I was dating one girl, and then I asked a girl to help me out to pick out a gift for her. But then when I picked out that gift, she's like, well, because she said, so she told me to get a gift that was a lingerie. That's what she told me to get for my girl at the time. I wouldn't even
need help. Yeah, I wouldn't need help with that. Yeah.
So then after, okay. So she told me to get that. So she told me the specific spot. So I went there, I got that. And then after, I remember my girl at the time, she said, well, the lingerie is for you. That has nothing to do with me. Like, you got it for yourself. You want to see me in this lingerie. And I'm like, well, actually, I asked a girl of mine, like a homegirl of mine, about what would be a good gift. And she said this. So I was just assuming that you would like this gift. But she was saying that the gift was for me. Like,
you should have loopholed it, fam. You mastered the loophole. You should have brought the flowers.
Yeah,
but the flowers are going to die. They're not for me. This lingerie is for me, though. You know
I was like, well, I mean, the lingerie would look better on you than you wearing one of my baggy T-shirts that, because women like to just jump into your own clothes. It's like,
how much do you expect your woman to wear lingerie?
I mean, I don't have
how much would you expect your girl to wear lingerie?
I don't have like.
Have you? First of all, have you had a girl of yours like get lingerie, purchase lingerie?
No, I purchased lingerie for my girl, but
yourself,
never.
Okay, so we've all been in the situation. So how much time would I expect my girl to have lingerie?
Yeah,
like for
let's say you see her once a week, twice a week.
Every time I see you, if it's only once a week, two times a week.
Lingeries I'd expect for like occasions if you're trying to surprise me for something.
If I'm only seeing you once or twice a week, you better spice it up. How
long do you think a girl will be wearing lingerie twice a week for you? Let's be honest.
You only
Nah, he's
see me. I'm
crazy.
just saying you only see me once or twice.
He's crazy.
My thing is. So what you wanted to come in the baggy t-shirt? Like
She's
No,
gonna be
bro.
wearing your thermal, buddy. She's gonna be getting a
She
big
gonna-
Leafs jersey in your fucking
Yeah,
crib.
big
And
Leafs.
wear
Oh,
that.
okay. I
over
mean,
the
I wouldn't
top.
mind like if she came
Laundry
in
is
like
like a specific.
yeah.
you know,
I mean,
specific
I wouldn't
outfit.
mind if she came with like a Leafs jersey or
You
some
know, a
shit
gal's
like
trying to
that.
get you, and she keeps coming with the lingerie. Something
No, but
is
the
up.
laundry is the big indicator
Yeah.
of like excitement. You got what I mean?
But that's the thing. Like, I mean, if you only see me once or twice a week, I'm hoping that you're excited to see me. So you wearing lingerie is indicating that, like, yeah,
Well,
I appreciate your time.
That's what we're
and
talking
you're here.
about.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, well, if you put the lingerie on, but if you're coming out in the Leafs jersey or long baggy t-shirt, what are you trying to represent? Like, what are you saying to me? You're telling me you're not respecting my time. That's how I look at it.
Wow.
You don't respect my time. You're coming here.
It's
I'm
crazy.
coming. Listen, I'm coming to the house.
Yeah.
Like, you don't respect my
You're gonna have
time.
to
You're coming
clip
here.
this,
Like, you don't
baby.
look
This is
right.
crazy.
But think about it. Like most girls you have, like if you're with a woman, even you've had women.
Yeah, of course.
So how much times if you're
But
living
it's different.
together-
Cause I live with my women.
Yeah,
Live with me.
Yeah, but that's the same shit. That's what we're talking about. Even if they live with you,
If they
bro.
live with me, I'm gonna have different standards. If they come with the freaking
Yeah, but now
baggy
you see
t-shirt
them more
shirts,
often,
whatever. I see
though.
them often.
So
But
when
that's
do
what I'm
they
saying.
do that?
But this is what I'm saying. Once or twice a week. If you only see me at those specific times, it's not
Nah,
like
because the
No
bare minimum's
way.
enough. Are you joking? If you see a girl
way.
once and twice a week, you don't need them to spice it up for you. You're already horny on arrival.
That's
Just
true.
thinking of them and the
That's true.
anticipation.
That's
You
true.
don't
Definitely
need
not.
them
But
to
my-
spice it
but
up.
my
It's when you
thing
see
is-
them often when they're
But
like,
my thing
"Yo,
is,
I need to
you know
change
what it
it up."
reminds me of? It just reminds me of a woman that's just not put together. Like, imagine your woman, like, it's more of a respect thing. It's like, I respect you so much that I want to look good when I see you. But if you're coming in and you're not looking good for me, it's kind of like I could do with you or without you.
But what if she's cooking you dinner? Then you don't care.
Okay,
about
then
lingerie?
if she's
Well,
doing
that's what
extra
I'm
stuff,
trying to say. That's
no,
what I'm
but
saying,
he
like-
just added that. He just added those extra stuff.
Well, you can't make laundry
I'm
as the
asking,
big
yeah,
If they-
I'm like, yo,
But
If-
cooking dinner and laundry are two different things.
I
bro.
know,
That
but
have nothing
what
to do
I'm
with
saying
the
is,
other.
if you're doing other stuff that are enticing in terms of showing me, like, you respect
yeah, but
my
still,
time,
that doesn't
that's a
discount
different
from
thing.
the sexual part of
I'm
things.
trying to understand what makes
That
it a
doesn't
difference.
yeah,
Like, you
that
know,
doesn't discount
what
from
turns
the
off that I
sexual.
need the lingerie still? Like,
Yeah,
I don't give a
exactly.
fuck.
I need the
If she
lingerie.
cooks, then you don't need no lingerie no more.
No, I'm saying, like, oh, if she cooks and stuff, it's because I think more. My thing is more about the respect level. My thing is you're respecting my time. So when I come into the place, you're doing something. So if you're not doing the lingerie thing, you better be doing something that indicates that, like, my time is worth something to you. Like, I appreciate you being here. I
that
appreciate
won't matter,
you.
bro. If you came to your woman,
Matters to me.
No, it wouldn't. But
Matters
this
to
is what
me.
I'm saying.
There's
it
not
wouldn't
enough
matter.
spice to
No,
keep
no,
it
no.
hot
That's
in
what
your
I'm saying.
relationship.
It
The
doesn't-
cooking
Exactly.
without the lingerie.
What I'm trying to say is, first of all, why this doesn't make any sense, because it's just like if you came to your house and your woman was like cleaning the bathroom, like that's not gonna make you feel like, oh,
But-
wow, she's cleaning
okay,
the
but
bathroom.
the
she's
thing
doing
is-
her duty. Damn, this is my
I mean,
girl.
no, but the thing is,
I love
Oh,
it.
like, that kinda
a
stuff
woman.
gets me
I'll put it
greased,
this
right?
way.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: a woman could still wear a jersey and still make it look sexy, according to how she
I'm
is
not
doing
talking
it.
about that, but you're saying like not putting it together. Of course, we're talking about the woman being put together.
Yeah.
She's just wearing she's not.
No,
Okay,
but you didn't
when we-
mention that. You didn't
Yeah.
say a woman put together. You're
Well,
just
you
saying
said
like
jersey
lingerie.
on. He said a jersey.
Yeah,
on.
jersey. When I'm
Well,
thinking,
of course, your girl has to be looking good. Like, I mean,
Yeah, well, it's your girl, right? So she's obviously
Yeah, she's
of
keeping
standard.
but
together.
that's what I'm
a
talking
certain
about. I'm
standard.
talking about respect level. So if you're coming in a jersey and stuff,
How's that respect level?
like in terms of if I come
she's
into,
having sex, she got to take her clothes right off.
I know she's gonna take it off, but she better make it enticing for me because I'll walk right out those motherfucking doors if she ain't doing it right.
But that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
If you
I'm not
pick the
there.
girl you wanted. If she's
Yeah.
naked, that's all you need. There's no other. What are you talking about? That's you're saying a point that doesn't really make sense. If it's your girl that you
Yeah.
chose, she just needs to take her clothes off,
And
and
that's
that's all
enough.
you need. You don't need the laundry. The laundry is the extra step. That's what we're trying to say.
The lingerie is
I-
that
that's
special
an extra
occasion.
spice.
It is an extra
That's an
spice.
occasional thing. That's
It's
not
an extra
something-
spice.
This guy's thinking he comes in the room every single week. Yo, you're not in lingerie. What?
Okay,
That's
but-
that God.
okay,
That's that
okay.
God level.
No, but take this into
You're
account.
on
Okay,
some
God
God
so
level. You're on
okay,
a
look
God
at it this
level.
way.
If that's the case, you're Hugh Hefner.
No,
Yes,
or I
yes.
just
I know personally that stuff goes away for sure. They bring the lingerie at 1 2, but then it
100%.
might
They come in
it
at
might just
1,
be
2,
some
it might
cooking,
not
and it's
be
just
nothing,
I'm
yeah.
free.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
free.
what
I don't have time to
Like-
put on a whole laundry and get glamored up for you.
Mhm.
Everyone
See,
knows that if she's
no,
taking
no,
care of the house, so
especially if you
I'm
bought
saying
it.
you can't get
Is she
best
my
of both
no? But
worlds.
you're saying is she my girl or is she just a
We've
girl
been
that
said this is your
Your
girl.
girl.
this is my girl? Okay, well, I mean, if she's my girl, I still respect level. I need you to look glamored up.
That doesn't make no difference. If you're saying she's cooking for you, if she's saying she's cleaning for you and she's not glamored up, you're not gonna dox her for that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You
Okay.
can't have, she needs to do everything good, then look amazing when I come there. Like that's
Okay, no, that's what I said when
unrealistic.
she's cooking and stuff, I'll give her a pass. I'll give her a pass.
This guy's a demon.
I'll give her a pass.
You're
Yeah.
lucky
lucky,
in the
man.
kitchen.
You're lucky.
I would have to
But
blame
I'm
you
telling
tonight.
you, if you ain't doing that shit and you don't got the laundry and you're not glamored up,
Like I
we
said,
got
go
a
for
problem.
milk.
We got a problem.
Go for milk.
We got to rethink you being on the starting lineup now. We might have to put you on the bench.
Yeah, what if she's fit?
That's
fam? What if
crazy.
she's fit?
Might have to
Fuck
put you on the
Well,
bench.
me
For you, I know you're picking a
Standards,
girl.
Like I said,
standards.
for me personally, like I
Aesthetics is
said,
everything for
I'm
me.
okay for
Aesthetics
the
is everything.
occasions.
Everything.
It's everything for me because I pride myself off aesthetics. So if my woman doesn't pride herself off aesthetics and making sure that she looks right when I come into the space, you're gonna be looking at going on the
See,
bench.
I'm not that high maintenance.
That's
me
what I
personally.
am.
I can have a woman dressed down and, she can look regular. She doesn't need to be all glammed up for me to be excited. I'll tell you straight up. If that's a woman I chose to sleep with or chose to make my girl, I don't need her to be in lingerie.
If I see her every day, that's a different story. If I only see you once
but
twice a
let me
week,
say my part. You say
Yeah,
your part.
okay,
you
go
say
ahead.
you defend what you need to defend.
Okay,
I'm
go
defending
ahead.
what I need to defend for my future. You get it?
It's on the wax. It's on the
It's on wax. On the record, so you hear me clearly. But yeah, so for me, like I said, hey, I'm not that stringent and strict. So let's just say that I don't have those type of strictness.
We have to
on
remember,
my-
he only wants 3 bodies. Let's
Yeah,
give it
so
to the guy. He
yeah.
only wants 3.
Bodies,
This is
I
the
guess.
man with
I'm
3
staying
bodies.
with it. I'm standing on business.
3
I'm standing-
bodies and
I'm
lingerie. If
standing
I
on
see you once or
business.
twice a week.
I'm standing on business.
Lingerie every day, stand on business. But like I said, ladies, hey, if you're a good looking woman, I chose you. You know, you can have your off days. We can deal with that. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm good.
And the crazy part in my mind is that men are more allowing of women than women are allowing of men, right? So if you have these standards, imagine when you meet the girl like you, she's gonna have the craziest standards.
Women
for
already
you.
have crazy
But
standards.
he's not trying to meet a woman like him.
That's the thing.
He's trying to meet the woman.
You don't want a
opposite
woman
of
that's
him.
disciplined, that's
She's not gonna be like me. How could it wouldn't work if she was like me? That's why she has to be opposite.
Yeah, she has to be opposite from him.
How
can't
would
be
that
opposite.
work? How would that work?
I don't think there's a lot of things that you can say you want opposite of you. Just the healthy living alone. You don't want a girl that's on the opposite side. That'll never work.
No, in the sense that like they understand, like for example, prime example, you go to Asia, you can see that they you never had an Asian girl, but I've had an Asian girl. I know exactly how they move, like in terms of how they treat their man and stuff like that. So I've had that experience. So so my standards are set based off my own experiences. This is not like me pie in the sky type of shit. Like this is me experiencing certain things that's like, oh, so this is how this shit works. Oh, so this is how you're supposed to be treated. Oh, I didn't know this.
Facts.
Okay, so now that I know this, I'm gonna expect my girl to be like this because I've expected. I've had this.
But here's the thing. Even as we talk about all this shit and lingerie and stuff like that, we always talk about modesty too, right? So where does modesty fit in this? If you get a modest woman, I'm pretty sure. What would you rather have, a modest woman or a more wild?
But the fact
woman?
that she's my girlfriend, that's like,
what type of woman do you want?
Yeah, wow. That's
Well,
okay. I'll say this. I'll put it this way.
go.
I'll put it this way.
Let's ask.
She's modest when she's outside
Yes,
in the general public.
Yep.
Yeah, the old saying.
But when she's
the old
behind,
saying, like you said, what did they call it?
lady in the streets, freaking the sheets.
yeah, so
Yeah,
she's
there you go.
posturing outside.
Mhm.
She has like to the general public, she's modest.
Isn't that just
dressed.
being deceptive?
And then when she goes
It's
home, you want to be
deceptive,
able to
yeah, but-
spit in her mouth.
But here's the thing. But this is what we always.
I'll
Wait,
get
wait,
bored.
hold
I'll
on.
become bored. I'll
Hold on.
become
We
bored if
always
she's
get
too
we
super
always get into
modest.
this problem, bro.
Responsibility
As
is boring.
men, No, as men, we always have this problem. I say we always face the exact same issue. We want these freaks, but then we want these good girls. We want a freak and a good girl. We want a good girl and a freak. Like
in the same woman.
make it make sense. We want.
I didn't ask for a freak. I didn't ask for a
I
freak.
know you did, but because you said you want them to be.
You just said you
want
get
them to
bored
be
fast.
discreet in the streets.
Yeah.
And a freak in the sheets. Like at the end of the day, that's what most men's ideal is in their head. It doesn't make sense. It's oxymoronic. It's
Every
like,
dreamer.
yeah, every dreamer wants that. No, you want the girl to be a super freak, but only if to sleep with 3. Like,
Okay, so let me ask.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let me ask a question. Hold on.
To do the
Hold on, time out. Let me ask.
to do the superpower.
Let me
moves.
ask a question. Let me ask a question.
It's not gonna happen. If
So
you
let
want
me
to
ask
do
you a question
superpower
right now.
moves, It's not gonna happen.
Okay,
off
so
3.
let me ask you a
Not gonna
question.
happen
Okay,
off 3.
in a way, you guys are correct, right? So now the question is, how does an individual stay with this woman that is barely giving them any sex? Like, how do they manage to stay in this relationship? Mind you, as a man, you have to have many hats on. So that means you're taking care of the bills. You gotta make sure that your woman's
here's the thing.
right.
Here's the thing. If
your kids are right.
but let's put it this way. Okay, fine. You're saying like, okay,
There has to be some type of incentive to keep you in that situation.
It's called children.
No, that's not enough.
That's the lock.
That's not
That's
enough
the
to
lock
keep
and
you
key
in.
for most
That'd
men.
be a lot to keep the woman.
What?
Yes, 100%.
That's the chains
That'd
around
be
your
the chain
arms
around
for
your arm to
most
keep a
men.
woman. For most men, yeah. A lot of men would acquiesce and stay with the woman because their children
have
are
the children.
involved. Like,
Okay.
not to say that's a great decision to make because you can be in hell.
Most men,
But
are
most
under those
men will make that
circumstances.
decision
Yeah.
over other decision
Yeah.
for sure. 'Cause they'll
You
be
choose
like,
your family.
well, I'll choose my family
Yeah.
over the woman. Like
Yeah.
the woman's shit, but like the family's the family.
Yeah.
I still have kids, and
So I
We
guess
can-
you
we
just
can
do your things
manage-
on the side
because some guys
and keep the wife.
like, and it's unfortunate. Some guys go through sexless marries,
Yes.
and they put
a lot
up
of
with it.
guys.
A lot.
I actually had a guy on the podcast that was
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
we had a
that.
guy on a podcast, 11 years without sex with his woman.
Imagine that.
No kids. Too.
Imagine
He's
that.
on our podcast, and
11
years?
years.
Get him
but he
11
smashes other girls.
eventually,
It turned to that, but it took a while. 11 years.
After like
So he's
11
still with
years.
her, and then it's been.
And then was dealing with other women. Yeah.
Eventually got to that
well,
point.
whose
but
fault
took
is
him a while.
that? Whose
Well,
fault
no,
is that?
but usually this is what happens where you pick a woman and you're like, well, I picked this woman, so it's my fault. And then you stay with this woman, and it's like, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you're modest, okay, but to the extent that it's detrimental to myself.
Yeah. Of course, you want
The heck?
No. Okay, when you have a woman, you should be able to have sex with her when
But
she's your
yeah,
woman.
this is what I'm
But
talking about.
here's the thing: like at the end of the day, even if a woman spices it up, at the end of the day, age plays a factor. Certain changes in the body, especially if she had like kids and certain shit, you never know. Your woman's not gonna be healthy forever. She's not gonna be youthful forever. So at the end of the day, like she's not gonna be able to spice it up for you throughout your
So
lifetime.
does it make sense to
anyways.
even get married
Listen,
at that point?
Well, this is what I'm trying to talk to. So when you talk about spicing it up, like as if that's enough, we already know that's not enough to just spice it up, bro. Age factors in, certain things factor in where it's like I had enough, like you can't spice it up no more. We did it all, like we're past that now. I want something else. So sometimes that's when, the man can venture off and do his own thing, and the woman's has an understanding. Okay, I'll let my man do his thing because I'm not able to do what I used to be able to do. I can't dress in the laundry, or I don't have that same body. So sometimes the acceptance comes in. But sometimes that's not the case,
Or
right?
they start to swing.
Yeah, or you start to swing, or you start to experiment with different things. But at the end of the day, humans are all different. Like sometimes you need multiple women. Some guys need multiple women. It's not like a standard that you're supposed to be monogamous. That's just like a Western world ideology. But other places, people have multiple wives.
Yeah.
They have multiple situations. And you can be with a woman that, she's not doing it for you no more. You need a younger woman. You need something more, like that'll pick you up more, right? So sometimes those are later on in the future questions and conclusions you have to come to.
So
like,
I think so that's the reason why I'm saying that I have a certain standard and what I expect from a woman, because if she's not living up to those standards,
I'm
then
just saying,
why am I with that girl?
Yeah,
My question is,
what
how
I'm-
long can you go with that when you start to say maybe my standard's too high? Maybe how long before you are like womanless and thinking, I'm still looking for the same kind of thing, or does your mind change to say I'm looking for something different now? Now that I'm
I think you
older
adapt. I
and
think
wiser.
over time you'll adapt. You'll be like, okay, maybe what I'm looking for is not making sense, and then you'll make the adjustments when necessary.
You have
But
that opportunity being a man, but women don't have that opportunity. You got to make that choice
That's what I'm
real
saying.
early
The
and
woman has
quick.
to make the opportunity quick.
For you, if you get more and more, as you get more and more successful, it's going to be easier for you. Right?
Yes.
I could go pick up something still, you know what I mean? But for most people,
No, 100%. But this is why women need to make those choices earlier in life rather than later, because the longer they wait, the harder it becomes for them.
yeah, but then you're a single mom, and now niggas are looking at you crazy.
No, this is
now
what I'm
mans are
saying.
like, whoa,
But this is
you're
what I'm-
great, but that kid.
Yeah, that kid could be a problem. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, in terms of them being suitable for certain men, like they got. I'm not saying it's easy for women to choose a guy. In general, it's not easy because they can want to choose a guy who they think is successful and is doing all the right things, but then that same guy could just have a kid with that girl and then be like, you know what, you're not doing it for me. You don't have what I want. You're not satisfying my sexual pleasures. You know, you just like, you're a nice girl, but you're just not for me. But now she has a kid and she's out in the world trying to figure out, okay, now what do I do now? Dating just got harder for her.
And she has to be 3 times better than all the rest of the girls
Exactly.
with no kids.
Yeah,
She
she has to
can't
pick it up more.
Exactly. She's gonna have to pick it up, and she's gonna have to be quick with it too, because age is catching up with her at the same time. So she has to be quick with it. But again, I'm not a woman. I'm looking out for me. I'm a man. I'm gonna look out for myself. So if you're not satisfying what I need you to satisfy, then I'm gonna have to be like, sorry, it's a cold world. Bundle up. And then I'm just gonna move on to the next one.
Don't get me wrong, like your mentality on like certain girls and them being, like you said, looking good and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. There's men that have these expectations on women, no doubt. There's men that have money that expect their woman to
100%.
do the cleaning and do the cooking and look good right
Yeah.
when I'm back. All those
Very
trifecta.
traditional.
Yeah.
You're very traditional.
Yeah.
You want the traditional thing
They
without
like
the marriage.
trifecta.
Yeah.
So that it's not like absurdly out of reach, but again, you're gonna have to be that guy.
Of course,
You're gonna have
but
to be that
that's
guy.
why I always work on myself to be that
Because
guy.
women will be that woman to
But
that
that's
guy.
what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That's why I work on myself to be that guy, so no one can question what I decide I want when it comes to a woman.
Yeah, see, I don't want people to get it misconstrued, like in the sense like that men don't have to bring nothing to the table to get that type of servitude from a woman. Like they have to bring a lot to the table
100%.
to have those
You
expectations.
gotta
I
rise
don't-
to the occasion.
I don't want even regular men or men that aren't, at a certain level to start having that ideology, because I think that's where, the rhetoric of, especially like online and what we see nowadays, it's almost like guys are kind of saying like, guys are not really wanting to be high achievers, but they're complaining about the women not giving them play or not giving them looks, or they're paying for these dates and they're doing X, Y, and Z, but it's not adding up. The women don't want them. But I mean, to get that type of like dedication out of a woman and get that type of I guess for a woman to admire you to that length, to be able to do all these things and make sure that she's prepared for you, that means that you hold a certain value to her.
100%.
And if you don't
No,
hold a value to the woman you're with, then you can't expect these type of things to happen.
100%.
So you have to be valuable to your woman in the same degree that she believes that what she's doing is making her valuable to you, right?
100%.
So
You
it has
have
to
to be
kind of
doing so
match.
much on the
100%.
backside to expect. I feel like laundry.
Exactly. No,
once or twice
yeah,
a
for
week.
sure,
That
for
has
sure.
to be
And
aligned.
I don't doubt that. I understand that fact completely. So that means for me, I have to rise to the occasion. That means I got to be that guy. I have to be him.
But this is why I want people to know,
Right?
because I don't
Yeah.
want you to say, "Oh yeah, this guy's just talking."
Yeah,
Like, this
no,
is
no,
not
no.
possible. But it's like, no,
You have to take the burden of I'm that guy. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna take that game
Yeah, the
winning
gal that want
shot.
their rent paid, fam.
Yeah,
If their
yeah,
rent is
like, I'm gonna
paid,
take care
yeah.
of you.
Those are women
Rent-
that want
Yes,
them
yes.
paid.
It's like
Rent
I'm
paid,
gonna,
then
yes,
they could do
exactly.
a
It's
thing.
like,
Nails done.
I'm
hair
gonna
done,
change your
everything
life. I'm
did.
gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure you're straight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna be ruthless when it comes to the expectations that I'm asking for. Because if you're not reaching the standards that I'm asking for, I'm gonna boot you right out the door and onto the
But
next.
But how long of a trial do they get? Let's say you get a nice girl, you're paying her rent now 3 months, 4 months. You know what I'm saying? Maybe by month 4, you realize she's not doing the laundry thing no more. But and maybe she went from cooking you meals. Maybe she just cooking now a brownie.
That's a bait and switch. That's a bait and switch because
how
you're posturing. So basically, you were just trying to get your foot in the door, and then once you got there, you realize if you go a couple of months doing the certain objectives that I required, then moving forward, if you stopped, it wouldn't really affect the whole situation. But I would have paid attention to that. I would have looked at the fact that you started off in the 4 months. It's like this. If I was working out, if I decided to work out hard for the first 4 months, and then all of a sudden, moving forward, I just stopped working out, you were never a workout guy. Working out.
Yeah, but gal is different.
No. I have to look at it like that.
She could have picked up another fool.
No. Because the thing is, if you're really about that life, and that's for anything in life, you're consistent. You're going to rise to the occasion every single day. You're going to keep coming in with the same type of consistency.
Sure. If you're about that life,
you're going to come with the same consistency.
In a relationship?
That's how relationships are.
What man is the same?
That's how it is.
What man is that consistent?
No.
As you start in your relationship, are you that consistent at the backside? Let's be honest.
No, it depends.
It depends on the individual.
Long-term relationships, they obviously were consistent.
They're consistent.
That's what you think that means?
Yeah.
There has to be some consistency.
No.
There's a level of consistency for the woman to stay with you. If you weren't doing the same,
it depends on her what kind of life she's living or what she has going on. Women will accept a lot more if you're doing certain things. If they can't do it without you, they're going to accept certain things for a long time.
But the point of the matter is they're consistent at whatever they're doing.
What you're doing, whether you're a drug dealer, you're consistently a drug dealer.
The money's still coming in.
The money was coming
in. You're still getting the cut that you wanted. You're still being taken care of how you wanted.
Until that starts
you're probably living with the guy.
So when you have a gal at first, you're taking her on dates, you're trying to get her a nice chocolate dark skin something.
Yeah.
She has a little good job for no kids, let's say. Or she has a kid, her kid's grown, you know what I mean? Everything's sorted.
Definitely not, no kids.
The dad's well, here's the thing, the dad's not on child support. What more can you ask for? You know what I mean? So she's a nice girl, makes money, everything is in order. You think the same way you're trying to get her is the same way you're gonna end?
No, of course not.
Definitely not. I'm gonna go courting
all
her.
The things you're doing, yes. All the courting is gonna stop when you have her.
But I'm not looking at that.
But in the man's point of view, the courting stops because more expensive bills come to play a role.
They become a liability to you.
Yeah, now you
so the courting process, you added a bill to yourself
inherently. So and you're around them. No, just in general. If you're around them, say for example, if you're dating, you take them on dates and different things. But remember, you're paying for somebody that doesn't even not belong to you, because no one ever belongs to you, but you're paying for somebody that has nothing to do with you. So you're paying for a stranger. So you're willing to pay for a stranger, first of all. You're willing to take a stranger out and invest time, effort, attention, and money. All those different things you're willing to do with a stranger. Now, this person's your woman. Well, you're not going to court them the same way you would when you're pursuing them, because now you've already established that I'm worthy enough.
That's what women expect.
But you already established your worthiness.
You establish your worthiness, because they wouldn't date you if they didn't know your capabilities, right?
I get it's
so
about
what
retention.
You decide to do and what you don't decide to do is not a huge factor, because they already should know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of.
I don't think you can do that today.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying is women can get pissed off that they're not getting taken out certain places and not getting treated the same as they used to.
Because today's world, Instagram, TikTok, this, that, all that stuff.
Put pressure on you. I'm not saying that women won't put pressure on you.
Relationship.
They'll ruin your relationship, social media, first of all. But again, you can't have those expectations when you're with somebody, because when you're with somebody, you're building towards the future. You can't just be building on, oh yeah, I used to take you out and stuff. It's like, yeah, when I was courting you, now we're trying to build something. So we can't keep going out. If we want to build, let's build. Let's put money towards investment. Let's put money towards buying a house. Let's put money towards maybe a vacay, at least stuff that will benefit us. It's not going to be a courtship no more.
Yeah.
That courtship is over. Like we can do stuff occasionally. I can treat you well on, certain days or certain nights. We can plan those things, but it's not going to be something I'm constantly
You
doing.
also established that like you're that guy that
She can trust in.
Yeah,
So she shouldn't need to believe in those gestures and now think, oh, you're not doing the same gestures, therefore I don't trust you. No, the trust would have already
I think
came.
it's hard. I think it's hard for most people to believe.
It's hard for people to believe. I've been in relationships, or I've been in a relationship where a woman I was with for like a decent amount of time said, I never brought her on a real date. And I was with her for like over a year. And she's like, you never brought me on a real date. And I remember thinking, I'm like, real date?
This is at the end of the relationship. She was saying this.
Yeah, this is like the time.
They always tell the truth.
It's like, yeah, you never brought me on a real end of the relationship. Yes. And then she's like, you never brought me on a real date. I'm like, what are you talking about? All those restaurants, all the shit we done. She's like, yeah, but we just went there to eat. That was just for dinner.
The fuck is a real date then?
Oh yeah, we just went there. That was just for dinner. Or that was just on a whim, or that was just like random, or that wasn't planned out, or something of this nature. That's what she kind of tried to frame it as.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is a date then? I had no fucking clue what a date was. After that, I was lost, bro. I went to the dictionary. I was searching up date on every fucking platform. I'm like, what's this on Google, on Yahoo?
The things they say in the end is remarkable.
But
like, you really you feel like that?
It's
That's
like
kind of crazy
like
because it's
a
like
date needs to be like special, or even a gift in general.
Yeah.
I've heard giving a gift, because you think when you buy a gift, it's just buying a gift, like in the sense of like paying for something that they want. I bought this gift for this woman, and she said, oh, this gift is not thoughtful.
that is crazy.
That's what you got?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was boots. I remember it was winter boots. It was like Ugg boots
Did she
for
have
the
boots?
winter. She had no boots for the winter, fam.
But this is what I'm talking about.
And this is what they say is
dating
like
fatigue.
And
because
this is
it's
like
like,
dating fatigue. This I
how
can
the
see what you're
heck-
saying.
first of all, how does a woman determine what a date is supposed to be consisted of when the guy is the one that's doing the courting and he's the one that's doing the setup for the date,
I'm spending.
right? And doing the spending.
Of course
How
they
does
can.
that work?
Of course they can. They determine what a man is as a woman.
So as a woman, they do.
Let's be honest.
But
They
they
determine
don't
everything.
Though. But they don't.
What
though.
a date is, what a man is.
But they don't.
Regardless of what you feel like a man is, they're gonna tell you what they think a man is.
But that's so strange because they don't know what a man is because they're not a man.
They're not a man.
So they don't know what a man is. So for them to tell you what a date is, what a man is, what's all this about? Where did they get the audacity to believe that they can tell you what a man is? Because according to them, a man is a simp. So when you become subservient to your woman and you bow down
man.
and you tell them all these sweet words and
Chivalrous.
you're chivalrous. You're throwing your jacket in the puddle
But
and
then they
they
say they hate those, man.
walk over it. You know, when it's raining, you put your umbrella over their head instead of your own. You open the door once you come out the car. That's a man to them.
Yeah.
But is that realistic for men? Men would not see that
But
as
at
a
the
man.
same token, in this country, that's frowned upon too. So like, I feel like you have two different, not even two. There's multiple sections of women that have different thoughts of what they determine to be like.
But this is why we
ideal
can't
man.
let them
And that's the
determine that.
problem with it, because like, you know how it is,
There's
bro.
100 million.
There's 100
definitions.
million
Every girl who
definitions of
doesn't
a
like
man.
me told me I'm just
'Cause
I'm just not man enough.
How
Every
much
girl who
bro-
does like me says
yo,
you're just a good man.
How much broke guys you know getting women right now?
Of course, lots of
Of
guys.
course,
Those
lots.
guys
How
are
many
working the
rich-
hardest.
How many rich guys are getting money right now?
Get a women or money?
Women.
All of them.
How many average guys are getting women right now?
Not much. Not much.
So, but the point of what I'm trying to say, you can't even say not much. They're not getting much, but point is, like, there's a type for everyone. Everyone's getting their fill. Not to say everyone has the same cup and the fill of the cup is the same, but you're getting your fill. You got your little sip of water. Like, everyone's getting their little bit. So, point of the matter is that there's many different types of women out there that like many different types of things. You heard the Pusha T line where it's like never fall in love with the what? Never. What's the line? How it goes?
Never fall in love with a girl who loves the camera. She will fuck you and turn around and fuck a janitor.
Jesus.
Set the parameters.
Either with the pro ballers
Or
and the amateurs. So point of the line is like
Crazy.
she can like, you know, especially women that are going after clout, women that are going after fame or whatever the case may be. It's like those type of women don't really have the morals, so they might fuck you and then sleep with the guy with the janitor, and fucking in the sense of they might deal with you, right? Like they might, you know, you might take them out and do what you need to do, but then they'll fuck a guy that's way lesser, that's providing less. And this is where we're talking about the broke guys that are sleeping with women. As you said, a lot more broke guys should be winning than even the guys that are average, right? Because a lot of broke guys, it depends how they portray themselves, with maybe a badass vibe or like a, you know, cool or you know, drug dealer reputation or badass reputation. Some of those guys will win over women, where it's like that's opposite from the typical women of what they want in terms of success, right?
Yeah.
So then we're seeing that, oh, so success, you don't need to necessarily be successful. You can even have potential, and that's enough.
That's
like, you know,
enough,
if I tap my face
For some
and I
women.
say I'm a rapper, I'm going to get certain girls.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
you
looking
know,
for a savior.
because they're looking for that savior. They
Yeah.
might believe in that.
Savior.
But does that mean that's a good bet? Doesn't mean I can't get baddies like that. I could very well get baddies if they have a belief that I can make it to be somebody. But they're believing on that. And once I don't make it, they're gone. So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, women are like kind of finicky in terms of what they like and what they determine to be a man and what they don't determine to be a man, especially as their age goes. Because from when they were younger, the
it
men
was
they
a
went
different
after,
standard that they
it
had.
was a different standard. They may have went after looks. They may have looked after status. Like if you're, you know, headed to a good university, if you got a scholarship to sports, whatever the case may be, what your trajectory was, then as you get older, they keep changing. Now you're at the final boss. This is when they're approaching 40.
Well, as they
and
get older,
want-
they're looking for like, you know,
the
it-
unicorn.
more
Now
and
they're
more
looking for the
savior.
unicorn.
Take care of me,
But now they're
save
looking
me.
for a unicorn.
I'm
Safety.
drowning.
Yeah, but now that's a
Stability.
unicorn because
Yeah.
no one's looking to save nobody at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Those guys that have became the unicorn, the one that they're looking for, they're now like, damn, the field's open for me. I just opened the whole field and I can stretch my hand anywhere. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, those that I didn't get when I was younger, I'm not going for them. They're done now. I'm now renewing myself and headed over there on this side where things are fresh and green.
Men are like that too, though. I feel like after enough, you know, dating fatigue, you realize what you're looking for. You realize where you need to go. You realize where your energy should be.
That is true.
Where you should invest, but it takes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
That's why I said it
you
just takes
think-
one.
Yeah,
Just takes
so
one.
you're thinking that is just keep going, bumping your head until you find the one?
Honestly, you just have to, you're going to find things in the most unexpected places. They're like, okay, we're going for another one of these. Maybe she'll just be a hoe. Maybe then they're like, oh, maybe she's smart. Oh, maybe she has it together. Oh, she's a hustler. Like, oh.
Should we have very serious expectations for women, or should we be more easygoing? I guess
think
that's the question.
I personally think that you should just stick with women in your community that are in your circle, in your parameter, that they can be vouched. Like somebody could vouch for them because they've been around them for a long period of time, and they can kind of refer them to you. It's like, oh yeah, I've known this girl for whatever amount of years. I know how she is. And that's typically how people did it. Like when it came to dating.
That's a
and
shallow
relationship.
pond.
Huh?
That's a shallow pond.
What are you looking for?
What are you looking
right?
for?
What are you
Like
looking
I
for?
need a shallow pond. I
Do you
don't
want
need
the rarest of fish, or
I don't need
do you
I
need just
don't
a
need
fish in the pond?
a goddamn sea where any surprises can come out of nowhere.
there.
Like,
You can get the
I-
rarest
I
of fish.
need-
or
I
you can
need
get
as shallow as
the
possible.
deadliest of
I
sharks.
need a surprise.
But again,
No,
you
I
get,
don't
you
need no
either get the
surprises.
rarest of fish or deadliest of shark.
Yeah,
So
I'm
then
not
now
looking
you have
for a
shark
great
on
white.
your hook.
100%.
You pull out the shark. And
100%.
Now your
I'm not
arm's
looking
gone.
for a great white. That's
Yeah,
just me.
exactly. You start going in the bigger pond now. You're introducing other fish and other sharks, like before the other.
100%.
So I think
So to conclude this,
for
what's
me,
your
it's
thoughts?
for me, it's of course like like you said, the community thing with dating and I think with dating fatigue, I think the biggest thing is that you have to if you're dating with intentions, you have to put yourself in environments that where those intentions can actually see growth, or not see growth, but see fruition.
Yeah.
So if you wanted a woman that was not, you know, a club goer, don't go to a club to go look for them. If you want a woman that's not like casually hooking up, probably don't go on online dating. Like, there's so much ways you can avoid certain shit, but in order to meet these women, that's something that every man and every woman is gonna, or if a woman wants to meet a man, they're gonna have to figure it out on their own, because I don't have the answer of where specifically you need to go. You need to know your communities, and you need to join communities in order to attract the people that you want in your life. If you don't do that, you're not gonna find what you like.
Any concluding statements? Oh,
Keep putting up the shots, boys. Keep putting up the shots.
Put up
You
them
know
shots,
how it goes,
man.
dog.
if you want to be
Keep
a
staying at
gamer,
the
listen
line,
to him.
bruh. Stay at the line.
He's
Yeah,
talking. He
too,
wants to
man.
be. He's talking about gamers. You want to be in the
If you're a
game.
gamer and you wanna, you know, play the game, keep running up them shots, man. You might be Steph Curry.
I'll
Who
stick.
knows?
I'll stick at the shallow end. I want the shallow pond where I
Few
can
fish.
actually few fish. I can actually tell what's what. I don't want to
Mhm.
run into no great whites for no reason
No koi
whatsoever.
Fish, no poisonous
Exactly.
blowfish,
No
nothing.
stingrays or no killer whales. Nothing crazy. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure I know what I'm looking at. So. That's it. I think that's all we got for today's podcast. I feel like we had a great discussion,
Yeah,
and
man.
we are going to wrap it up like this.
Yes,
and
sir.
We are out. Deuces.
Let's get it.
The way you make me feel. I'm just trying to get